been awkward for you to sit in silence, but it's good for the stream. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, live from McDonald's bathroom behind the Coca Geekon, because the doors aren't open yet. It's the Sunday morning sumo show. I need to figure out how to adjust my mic settings. It's not clipped on properly. God damn it. Rick, introduce yourself.
Hey,
This is
my name's
Rick
Rick.
from Kimboshi Sumo. Continue. I'm being rude.
It's beautiful. No, just Goose. I just wanted to wish you a happy American Halloween.
Thank you.
For another couple hours here.
Halloween is a somewhat contentious holiday in Australia. It's not
Huh.
celebrated, and it's also celebrated. Like, you will see like 5 random kids going for it, and they have to walk past 12 houses to get one with decorations. And it's been
That's
like
ridiculous.
that as long as I've been alive.
Did you? This is sidetrack. Were you one of the kids who had to walk by 12 houses?
I specifically had to go to my grandma's neighborhood because we knew that's where there would be people. Because we didn't see any decorations where we were.
Yes,
looking like the
but
blob.
now,
Yes. All right.
the veritable candy for sumo fans is of course banzuke discussion, right?
Yes. Bringing us back
Transitions.
on topic. We have the Kyushu Basho, and as always, everyone I listen to who talks about the banzuke was frustrated in some way. Ron, I'd be interested to hear what your score was and how well you did. And as always, I had an absolute blast with the banzuke because it came out, and then I said, yep. And then now I get to watch some sumo. Guess the banzuke is weird. You people are weird. Anyway. Rick, anything stand out to you?
I mean, it doesn't really stand out, but it's interesting that they like spared Takayasu yet again. Like he's a Komusubi again.
Double negatives that Komusubi gets to stay Komusubi. What an absolute blessing. All right.
But it's not bad. Like everybody knows if his lumbar is not acting up, he is very much a Komusubi. Heck, he fights like an Ozeki when he's healthy. He's just never healthy.
About 2 years ago, if we ever saw day 15, he would put 10 wins minimum. So, yeah. All right. At M18, it's Meisei.
This is another guy, lower back problems. I'm happy to see him still in the division, but as far as I know, he hasn't like recovered. I think he's in the same boat as Takayasu. This is an injury that's not really going to get better and is going to be with him in life. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he is old and hurt and shit, and as much as I love Meisei, it's looked like he's going back to Juryo. Unless he can do some Nishikigi stuff and absolutely go crazy with it, I really don't see a lot of hope for him.
Yeah, same. I say Make Koshi.
M17, we have Asa Koryu.
Man, I just like I want to believe, but I think the problem is I look at Asakoryu and my brain won't let me not say Ishizaki, and it is just not. It is not he.
I'm a massive fan of these 5 foot plus power homies that are starting to work their way into sumo. I think it's rather incredible, and I'm just a big fan of Asakoryu. Coming off of what was he though?
6 and 9.
Yeah, 6 and 9. Oops. After a 6 and 9, and then a 10-5 at M17. Maybe he'll have a good one, but it doesn't really seem to be in his control if he has a good one or not. Meanwhile, Chiyoshama's back. Well, I like him.
Chiyoshama's better than an M17. He didn't bounce back as aggressively from Juryo as he did last time. Like 9 and 6 from J2 is good. But I do think as I look at everyone around him on the banzuke, I think he's better than all of them except maybe Nishiki Fuji if Nishiki Fuji's healthy. But not to skip ahead. I think Chiyoshama's good.
I don't, but I like him. He's fun. This old Mongolian fella just kind of cruising around. He will just do some beautiful hankers at some point. I'm looking forward to more Chiyoshama. Someone else I'm looking forward to at M16 is Sadanaumi. Oh boy.
I love the sad man. I love the sad man.
Sad now Umi was having some absolute struggles this Basho, and previously he did manage to crawl his way out of Jirio with a 9-6. Do you see him doing well on his return?
Okay, so all these guys near the I think he's tough. He's going to be hovering around Kachikoshi, but I don't know if he gets it. He didn't seem healthy last time. I'm going to say no. I don't think he is, and it's because I think someone else is going to suck the wins out of the bottom here.
Yeah, it's not. He's very old. If it wasn't for what's his name, Tamawashi, we'd be talking about how incredible it is that he's still up here.
Yes. Yeah.
So, looking forward to more Saturday
Turned
nonetheless, but not expecting a whole lot. Someone also I'm not expecting literally anything from is Oshoumi, who has taken
no.
2 years to get out of Juro, which, fair enough, most people never do, but he did get out of it with a 9-6. It's not good. I think he's going to get absolutely crushed and go 5 wins. How about you?
5 wins sounds pretty good. Yeah, I could totally see that. Like, he's the kind of guy I could see getting blasted, spending another half a year in Jurio before coming back and actually making a real debut. This is not going to be good from Oshomi. This is not. This is not your dark horse contender.
No, this is a high buy. Good to hear that Ron is absolutely struggling with Guess the banzuke, trying to figure out the tendencies of the council and not the math itself. I don't play the game for those exact reasons. Like, oh, he should end up at M12, but I think the council likes him, so, where do you put him?
I know. You got to do that extra little bit of weighted math of, well, what's his career high? How long did he hold it? Which stable is he in? And who is friends with his stable master? And at that point, what are you doing?
Speaking of friends, someone who's got none of them, it's Shona Nunanumi, just highest in his stable, just kind of by himself here, down at M15. You got any good things to say about Shona Numi?
Not a one. He's large. He's not
huge.
Yeah, he's a very he doesn't weigh that much, but his height is definitely kaiju class. But he's just gonna get beat up, I think.
Yeah, he's come out of Jurio quite recently with a 10-5, and then he went 7-8 at M15. He's been able to hold his rank with a 7-8, which fair enough. He does belong at the bottom of top division, and now he's got a fight to hold on to it because there's some competition around him. It's not an easier bottom of top division, if you ask me. That's because he's got a few names back.
I agree.
Nishiki Fuji,
one of those.
Hand. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Nishiki Fuji is the one. He's why normally I would think Sada Naomi could scoop up a lot of soft wins down here. Normally I'd think Asakoryo could scoop up a lot of soft wins here. But I really rated Nishiki Fuji on his first run. He had some injuries and had a hard time coming back up from Jurio. But he's been a monster the last 2 Basho. He had 10 wins in July, 11 wins in September. But in July, he was hurt for 3 days that tournament. He's back. I think this is the old Nishiki Fuji, and I think if anyone is going to soak up soft wins at the bottom and have like a potential dark horse tournament who, like, I'm not saying he's going to win the thing. I just think he's going to have some softer matchups and rack up double-digit wins. I think he'll have a good tournament.
Yeah, he is probably still dealing with an injury with the amount of Usens that I'm seeing on here, but I mean, 11-4 in Jurio, it's something, man. He's got the experience to stay afloat here, so I'm expecting, kind of like Ron saying, 10 wins if he's in form, which he does seem to be.
Yeah, I think so too.
At M14, it's Toki Hiyate. What do you got to say about Toki Hiyate?
Not right, like, it just that I'm always wrong. I do not rate him. I don't think he's that good. He constantly hangs in the top division, so he's definitely better than I think he is. But when I watch his sumo, there's like nothing distinctive for me that makes me feel confident about him. What about you?
He is just Asakoryu with less push-ups, isn't he? Asakoryu is a much different wrestler. Yeah, he really is just
Yes.
an unremarkable version of other guys who currently exist.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Ron's very accurately said, just the guaranteed salary man. This guy is probably going to become the new Surgi show, where he is just kind of here forever, but not in a bad way, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
Like,
I'm not mad that he's in the division. When I see him fight, I'm like, okay, you like deserve to be here. You're not embarrassing yourself. What am I watching?
yeah, it's like, oh, look at that, you win 10 wins. That's crazy. Let's take a look at your next boss show. 6-9. All right. Anyway,
Yeah. Yup.
also at M14, welcome back, Ryuden. He stuck the landing, falling out of Jurio. We thought he was in trouble for a bit, dipping in out of top division. With a 9-6, it is Ryuden to M14. Bit of an over promotion.
Yep.
But the banzuke is stupid, so who cares? Ryuden at
Yep.
M14, what have you got to say?
Your description was really like spot on, because he's a guy that I thought we were seeing kind of age out, like declining because his body was just kind of wearing down. But 9-6 is a good tournament. I mean, he's fighting at a similar rank. He's going to be fighting the same caliber of opponents, with the exception of a couple guys down here. But I don't particularly rate him at this point in his career. I think he will Kachi Koshi. I don't think he will get double-digit wins by any means.
Yeah, I'm seeing a strong Kachikoshi here too. His best days, like you're saying, definitely behind him.
Yeah.
No one picked him, but he is a sleeper solid pick in fantasy sumo, because he will just Kachikoshi for you if he's ranked low enough. So
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing more Ryuden wrestling. He is always capable of putting on at least one match of the night in a bar show, because it's just absolute tenacity and refusal to lose. Very similar to Ura's,
Great.
just in a different way, you know?
I'd be interested to see over the last 5 years, because I don't know about all time, but like how many of the longest matches involved Ryuden? Because I feel like every boss show we see like a 3-minute monster with him just hanging on another guy.
With a double outside, but he's cut off the elbows on the ropes, just absolutely refusing and somehow finding an edge. It's an unlimited gas tank
Just
is a rare but useful feature in sumo.
clip this and replay it on day 6 when Ryuden has exactly that matchup.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's get sad. It's Mitaki Yume at M13. I remember Hatsu 2022 like it was yesterday, man.
July was fun. We're not getting that anymore. And even then, the 10 wins in July was great, but like he ran out of gas for sure in week 2. Even then, that's all it is. This is a guy who, the fact that he's still hanging on this late in his career is a testament to how good he was when he was at the top of the mountain. But we are not there anymore. We are not at the top. I don't even know that he'll Koshi. He went 7-8 from M12 last time.
Did go 10-5 at M16, which put a lot of hope in everyone's heart. So kind of hard to tell what's going on with him.
Yeah.
For those of you who are new to sumo and have no idea who Mitaki Yume is, this may be a absolutely baffling fact. The most Yushos in top division goes to Onosato with 4. The second most goes to Mitaki Yume with 3. And the third most goes to Hoshoryu and Tamawashi with 2.
Yeah. Although, Onosato, one more. Remember, he won last boss show too. He's at
got
5
now, doesn't he? Bonkers.
He's a freak. But yeah. And Mitake Yumi's U shows, though, so stretched. I mean, Tamawashi's too. Stretched very far apart.
It really is up to Hoshoryu and Hakuoho to stop Onosato from showing every basha. Unless he... We'll get to it.
Yeah. The top is coming.
Also at M13, it is Gunyama coming off a 1-14, going from M3 to M13. Hilarious. Rick?
And technically under-demoted at that point. Like, technically, they spared him some of the suffering he could have had. I'm gonna say, here's the thing. I'm an idiot.
Yes.
But, like, yeah, he's got a double digit down here. This guy, I think in the 2 years he's been in the top division, I think I counted either 6 or 8. I can't remember. I'll go look. But 6 or 8 of his tournaments were in the Joy Gene. So seeing him fight this low, and last Basho, I thought his Tachi looked great. He just had nothing after the Tachi, but against guys down here of this caliber, simply blowing them off the starting blocks has got to be enough for 8 wins by itself.
You would think so. You're right. He hasn't been
That's why I
here
say
in
I'm
a
an idiot.
long time. His lowest rank since before this was an M8, excluding his M13 debut in 2023.
Yeah.
This could be a comfortable Basho. He's going to go up against a lot of similar height dudes that he's a lot heavier than.
Yeah.
And maybe the matchup experience will come through. I reckon. I don't know. It's difficult for me to believe in Goniyama because I've just seen him lose in such embarrassing ways that he's just. Also, it's like, oh wow, you went from M13 to M5 and then went positive and stayed at M4. That's crazy. You're like the next. Oh. And then he picked up like 6 Fusens and 5 Basho, and it's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Just a borderline dork. Anyway, at M12, old Stompy did it, and he's at M12 off 3 Kachikoshis in a row. One of them being a bit of an overpromotion from M16 to M12 as he clawed at Ajuryo. How do you feel about Tomokaze?
I don't know, man. So here's the thing. I like Nakamura Beya, and I'm one who's all for second chances. Tomokaze makes me a little uncomfortable because of the scandal he was involved in, but like he's big. He's got a lot of size. He often looks in control in the matches. Now, granted, lately that's been me watching him fight against Juryo and low Makuuchi wrestlers. So as he creeps up towards the mid Maigashiras, I feel like the guys around him up here, we're gonna get to them, but the likes of Aroga, even a Koto Shoho, a Daisho, even someone like Midori Fuji and Tobi Zaru, I'm like, I think he's about to struggle up here, but I do think he's better than all the guys below him. I think he's a skin of his teeth Kachikoshi guy up here. What about you?
I mean, it's such a hard call, isn't it? Because skill-wise, he's better than everyone around him. He got to M3 and picked up a Kimboshi going 7 and 8 before the catastrophe. And it's just it's heartbreaking. But at the same time, it's beautiful that he was able to claw his way back here. Old Stompy is back in top division. Just be thankful for every minute of it, you know? Speaking of people I'm thankful for, oh my god, it's Fuji Nokawa. The undisputed 5-foot king. Just
this.
I talk about Asakoryu. I talk about Togahiyate, like these like guys, and then here comes Fuji Nokawa, who just says murder, death, kill every time he steps into the ring and just full sends it. What a legend!
Yeah. The physicality of this man, like the complete lack of fear going up against guys double his weight, certainly guys like 20 centimeters taller than him, and just absolutely like a spring-loaded like toy just jettisoning into them. I will say, like, a little bit of a step back last Basho at M9, but that was a big change to be fighting in the low Maigashiras to mid Maigashiras, so now maybe things are a little easier. But I don't know. It's so tough when you're undersized. It's week 2 that's hard. I think Makekoshi from him. Do you have more faith than me? I know, but
nothing but blind faith in Fuji Nokawa. Every time I'm coaching someone, one of the main things I try to tell them is like, hey, that person's bigger than you. Don't stand in front of them. Try to cut angles, try to be moving because they're bigger and stronger than you. And Fuji Nokawa sees that and goes, no, I'm stronger. And then just carries someone twice his size. It's beautiful. Maybe it's part of why he's losing. Who knows? Who cares? I don't.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he does. You're right, though. He does like what the Waka brothers try to do and frog hop someone straight out of the ring, except the Waka brothers are like 5, 6, 7 centimeters taller than him.
At M11, we have Joe Roga coming off back-to-back 7-8s. Just kind of here.
I know. he's I want to like Roga so much because like I was watching his rise and frankly, okay, so I'm a big old Takayasu stan, and when I see his build and saw the sumo he was fighting in Makushita, I was like, oh, this is baby Takayasu. This is the next generation of that when Taka retires, this is who's gonna be my guy. He even has the hairy chest. It's perfect. And even like in, I think it was on the Jungyo, Takayasu kept pulling Roga aside and was trying to coach him in that sort of top-down sumo that Big Papa uses. Um, but he just, like you said, man, like he's just circling the drain constantly. A couple of 7 and 8s before that, a 9 and 6, but it was from M14. Big deal. He's probably gonna make Koshi. It's probably another 7 and 8 here.
I agree. I would like to
Yeah.
bring up a fun trivia question. Rick,
Oh,
who did
yeah.
Roga beat for his Jonidan Yusho?
Teruno Fuji in a playoff.
That's got to be one of the all-time sumo trivia questions.
It's so good. It's just and to see them in the ring together, it's wild.
Terry got him on the rematch, but yeah, Roga is a guy who's had a very interesting career because we called him the stealth assassin for a while because he's got wins over Teruno Fuji, Takeru Fuji, and Onosato. He beat him in Juryo. It's like Roga is just capable of beating top dogs for some reason.
Yeah.
Can't find it now, but yeah, so because of that, even though he really is just kind of here, I love him. And so I'm predicting an 8-7.
He's the perfect guy like you and I have talked about before, Goose, but it's like in Makuuchi, I don't necessarily see anything impressive, but he's one of the 50 best sumo wrestlers in existence. You know, you lose sight of that sometimes when he's fighting against the best of the best, but you're like, no, like he's good, he deserves to be here. It just isn't happening. Toki Hayate, same thing.
No, completely agreed. It is the scope of the banzuke where like if you're an M12 dude, you're a dork because we're only comparing like the top division to itself, right? But any Juryo guy could drop out and dominate amateur sumo worlds for years.
Yep.
Like,
Agreed.
all right, at M10 we have Kodo Sho. What?
Is this an intentional skipping of his M11 mate?
Come on, man, please. Do I have to?
we must, Goose.
M11 is Shishi. He's gonna go 6 and 9. All right, Kodo Shoho at M. What do you have to say?
Nothing. He's not good at sumo. The 10 wins was an aberration. Amake Koshi is coming.
He looks like spoiled pudding. He looks like a wax candle left out in the sun. He looks like he's been reactive his whole life. There are no thoughts going on in there. He's just wildly uncomfortable. I don't like him. There's only like 2 matches ever, I think, where he's looked like he won on purpose and wasn't just in a match that was won.
Yeah.
I don't like him. And I hate that people love him for some reason.
He does kind of have that like lovable stuffed animal look.
I was in Sumo Spiffy's live stream earlier, and by sheer chance I join as soon as they're voting on Shishi. And all I say is, could you please put Shishi down a little bit, please? And like 12 other people started laughing at that. Just like, oh, of course he shows up exactly when...
That's good.
I appear like a gorilla from the mist and go boo Shi. Anyway, I could go on, and I will. Kodo Shoho at M10. What happened?
Neither of the last 2 Bashos are what Kodo Shoho really is. You know, like at M10, Kodo Shoho should win 9 matches, and that's it. This is a guy that when he was in the running for that U show in July, I brought up that he had an incredibly stellar career. I think he was only 20 years old and made it all the way up to Maegashira 2, like really early, really young. He was supposed to be the next star. And I mean, look
Yeah,
at the stable he was part of as well, like with a bunch of giants in Sadogatake stable. That's one of the blue blood stables. Um, but he had a bad injury and has bounced back to maybe 80% of the guy of that young guy. He still has size. He's kaiju class in height for sure, but we know who Koto Shoho is. A good basho for him is 9 wins. A bad basho should be 7 wins. 3-12 is not normal. 13-2 is not normal. I think 9 wins.
makes sense to me. Um, I've never really cared about him.
Yeah.
When I was throwing a hissy fit when he showed, it wasn't because of him. It was because of we have two Yokozunas. Why is this guy you showing in a?
Yeah. It was about the storyline we were denied.
Yeah. And then that we immediately got an X-Bar show, except for that day 14, but my god, do I have things to say about that later. Shit, we'll talk about it in the end of year review if you want to jump back on that again.
Would love to.
I love titling that video Whole Hog the Movie.
It's good.
Yeah, Kodojo, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that you show is gonna be so random for the rest of the time.
Yep.
Daisho.
This one's interesting because, especially next to Koto, two guys who probably will end their careers with one Yusho each, and yet it feels so different to me. Like the Koto Shouho Yusho feels like an aberration. The Daisho one Yusho and the fact that he's never made it out of Sekiwake into Ozeki, I'm like, that can't be right. Last Basho frustrated me. I clearly was too early. He came back and wasn't fully healed from the calf. There was no strength in his legs at all for the first 7 days, and we saw it in his score. The second week, he started winning, but it was weird, man. Like, talk to me about it, Goose, because he was still doing his Oshizumo, but all upper body. So his angles were all screwed up. Like, he wasn't doing that perfect 45-degree angle because he knew he had to do it all with his arms. I have to imagine that another couple months means his calf was healed and he went to London, so he's healthy enough. But like, if Daisho is healthy at M10, we should be talking about him as a contender to win this U-Show. We should be talking about him being 12-0 and then having to fight the two Yokozunas and whoever the other random chaser is. Like, M10 is a joke for Daisho.
Absolutely. I said exactly last bar show that he's gonna run wild and get 10 wins in a row minimum, and I didn't realize he was still hurt. I've got it on screen now. His second week looked exactly like what I thought the first week would have looked like. He did seem to recover halfway through. He did seem to, or at least adapt to his new state. I think it's going to be a bloodbath again, and if it's not, it's because of an injury, and I'll be really upset. Going to your earlier point, though, I've got his Yusho on screen too. The difference between Koto Shouho and Daisho's Yusho is that Koto Shouho stole it because of abnormal circumstances. Hoshoryu missing, Kotozakura hurt. Those are two potential guaranteed losses on Onosato. But when Daisho got it, it's because it's a guy who's been fighting for this his whole life. Finally got it, you know?
Yep. I agree.
Like
I rate the guy.
Where every time, not every time, but like a lot of times we were like 11-4, 12-3, and that's really just like two decisions could have gone his way, and that's a U-Show, but he didn't. And just one time he finally got everything he needed.
Yep.
M9, god damn it, this is a goofy M9 if I've ever seen one. Tobizaru and Midori Fuji. What? Alright, hey Tobizaru, you don't belong at M9. What's happening?
Nope. Toby, same thing we just said about Daisho to a lesser extent, but Toby should absolutely obliterate people at M9, but I thought that at M15 and he went 9-6. So I don't entirely know what's happening there, but I look at the guys around him here, and I think Toby should win 9 again and continue his rise back to the Joey gene where he belongs. Like, he'll always make an appearance at Komusubi, then slide away. Midori Fuji, though, worries me. I'm a little worried because of the small stature. We're both big fans of the short kings, of course. But I wonder if
I mean,
at
I'm not.
29, I just wonder with Midori Fuji as opposed to Tobizaru though at 29, is his body starting to give out on him? He's always been wearing the clubs and stuff at various points on his wrists.
To be clarified about the short king stuff, I like them when they're winning. Otherwise, I don't care.
Got
Uh,
it.
I'm a member of the 6 foot club myself, so I'm a big body.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I talk about the 5 foot guys, it's like just wow, look at that regular sized dude who's doing sumo. That's awesome to me
Yeah.
because sumo is supposed to be the sport of titans. Like
Yes.
wow, you could have picked any sport, huh? That's cool. You would have done well
Yeah.
at anything.
Yeah. Very true. I I think Tobizaru healthy Kachikoshi Midori Fuji Make Koshi. What do you think?
I expect nothing but Makikoshi from Midori Fuji at this point. He's so close to the Sanyaku. He was M1, I think, for a little bit. But, he's hampered by his size. It's just a matter of fact. He's an incredibly skilled athlete. He would be a Yokozuna if there were weight brackets, but there's not, and that's what sumo is.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see him. He's one of these guys that will pull off an entertaining match, and I like watching him win.
Yep.
But he doesn't seem to be there like he was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Has never really bounced back from the 10-0, 0-10.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen in sumo. 2 wins ahead of everyone else. Couldn't bring it home.
Ugh.
At M8, Kin Bozan makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Just
I
makes sense to me.
Yep. He's probably a guy who on size alone ought to be a low Joey Gene. Like M4, M5 feels like, at least from what I've seen from him, his peak. Now you can contend for U shows at that point, but it's his footwork, man. He like either gets his body out in front of himself because he overcommits, or he leaves his feet behind when he's trying to play defense, and then your height doesn't matter. Your height's a liability now. He needs to, I don't know what's happening in his heya, or if he's not listening to coaching, but I'm just like, why is your footwork so bad?
Big guy's relied on his size his whole life and has
Yep.
sacrificed elements of his training because he's so big. I think he's the biggest.
There it is.
Yeah, the
Yeah, he's the
Hokuseiho
tallest.
problem, right? Hokuseiho was
Yep.
terrifyingly enormous and bad. Konishi
Yeah.
is kind of like this. Konishi's tactical skill was never that great. He
Mhm.
was just at least 80 kilos heavier than his average opponent, which is why Chiyo Fuji was able to beat him consistently.
Yeah.
So, um, I have moments like this too. Usually because I'm one of the bigger guys when I'm ever sparring, and it's like I can just do heavyweight shit against you. I can just lean back, and suddenly I'm invincible.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm bringing gloves to roll it down, so get ready. All right, Ichi Yamamoto.
Yeah. I love Ichiyama. Okay, you know what? JJ couldn't join us, so in honor of JJ, I must say this should be Ichi Yamamoto's sweet spot in the mid Maigashiras. This should be where he bounces back and gets another healthy Kachikoshi. He was just M8 in July and went 9-6. He's hilarious. He's the least athletic looking Rikishi, and I understand your Shishi hate, but Ichi Yamamoto's body, I'm just like, that's not an athlete. And then I'm like, how did he just house that man? I like Ichi Yamamoto at this rank.
Brutal.
The most backhanded of compliments.
You were doing nothing but hyping him up, and then just absolutely destroyed him like that. Brutal.
I couldn't help it.
I'm proud of you. At M8, Ichi Yamamoto. Famously JJ's favorite sumo Tori. I don't care about him. I watched him go for 7 slapdowns while running backwards once and then still lose a match. I thought that's one of the funniest losses I've ever seen. It's still difficult for me to respect him after that, but
Oh, man.
I'm happy that JJ's happy. How about that? At
There you go.
M7, oh, I'm looking forward to this. It's Abi in the lower ranks.
This is this Ichi Yamamoto is the poor man's Abi, and Abi is not an M7. Abi, I think even at this age is still a Sekiwake grade. So if we're talking about like Daisho at M10, Abi, I understand how bad last Basho was. That's an aberration. He should explode at M7. Double digit wins for Abi at M7.
I predict Abi doing quite well. He did Yusho from M9 last time. So if he gets a good run at the start of it, he will just run away and have a Jun Yusho threat potential.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the top of the ladder is a little too difficult these days, but I still think
Yeah.
there is a decent Abi Yusho potential here if he gets a good run.
Yeah.
Churna
I love
Umi.
that.
Yeah,
I love Jiranomi.
I love Churna Umi too, man. Mr.
He's
4 or
just the
11 himself.
yeah. Oh, the pride of Okinawa. Like, I don't know, man. He's Churano Umi is the reason why I find Toki Hayate so forgettable. Because everything about Churano Umi's sumo build career should be that same kind of boring, and then it's just not. He goes in and like blasts guys who I'm convinced are better than him. It's just straight Oshizumo, and it's great to watch. I think Hikachi Koshi's here.
Yeah, Fuji no Kawa, but Oshi. It's Churna Umi.
Yeah. I love it.
Um, I think he's got an incredibly entertaining style. I think he always puts on high quality matches to watch. As long as he
Yep.
keeps his opponent off the bell the entire time, he's got a good chance of beating just about anyone.
Yeah.
Ono Katsu at M6. Yeah,
I don't.
it's Ono Katsu.
Yeah. I don't rate Onokatsu. I understand he had an incredibly a lot of accolades in his amateur career. But what I see, and again, it's the same thing. Like we were ripping on Roga, he's one of probably the 30 best sumo wrestlers in the world. I just feel like the way he was sold to me coming up, he's supposed to be up there challenging Ono Sato, and he's just not. So I don't know. I think Imake Koshi's here, but I'm probably too harsh.
Yeah, 27 years old in his physical prime for sumo, as I
Yep.
like to look at it. Like 26 to 31 are going to be your best sumo
Yep.
years.
Yep.
Let's get rid of that. My apologies. Um,
You're good.
yeah, I don't care about him.
No.
Like, he's never had any like match of the nights. He's never really had any standout performances. Um,
Yep.
Good for him. Well done. You're an incredible
Yeah.
just shy of
Yeah.
greatness. It's Onokatsu. At M6, though, here's a very interesting story. It's Atami Fuji. Let's take a look. Coming off
Frustrating.
a god damn it. Coming off a 5 and 10 at M3, he generously drops down to M6. Previously, he went 11 and 4 at M10. Seems to have fallen out of favor of the M2 rank that he was floating around for so long.
Right.
How do you see him doing here?
Man, I don't know. I still rate Atami Fuji, but like, what am I supposed to do? I think he's really good. He's in obviously the premier stable, so you know he's never scared of any of these opponents because he's fighting against top tier competition every time. In July when he had that stellar tournament, he had some really impressive wins. He beat Koto Zakura. Uh, I don't. He should Kachi Koshi here, but what he should be doing is 12-win June U shows. That's what frustrates me. What do you think?
I watched him fall just shy of Sanyaku for so long and never be better than the best, but he is better than the rest. And I think M6 is a pretty comfortable place for him. He's going to struggle to Kachikoshi here, but I think he does Kachikoshi here. And it's going to be a slow
Yeah.
climb back up to where he used to be, unless something goes wrong, in which case, welcome to M12.
Yep.
I want him to succeed, though. Famously, Spoon's favorite wrestler.
Huh, there you go.
At M5, it's Shodai. Boo. Shodai sucks. All right. At M5, it's Yoshi no Fuji. Formerly Kusano, he has changed his Shikona to Yoshi no Fuji. This
Yeah.
is actually really big deal because a lot of the sumo stables have naming conventions. If you're from Isegahama, your name ends in Fuji, like Nishiki Fuji, and there used to be more of them. There used to be a
Well,
lot
yeah.
more of them.
Teruno Fuji, Takara Fuji, Midori
There it is,
Fuji,
Takeru.
Nishiki
Yeah.
Fuji. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kisano Sato one, everyone has O in the middle of their name as well, like Shiro Kuma and Oh No Sato. That's another naming
The
convention. Yep.
Sadagatake guys are all Koto something. Koto Shoho, Koto Zakura.
There's Roga, Soga, Koga, bunch of other ones. Anyway, so Miyagano, theirs ended in
I'm so
Ho,
mad.
which is Phoenix, right? Not what we interpret that word as. So Haku Oho, Enho, Haku Ho, and then Kusano, who was using his real name and hadn't picked a proper Shikona yet, who's now been absorbed into Isegahama, has become Yoshino Fuji. Kusano has said, I am not Miyagano, I am Isegahama. I am Teruno Fuji's student, not Hakuho's student, even though Hakuho raised him, basically. That's actually a really big deal.
Yep. It frustrates me. I'm still mad because I just think at the end of the day, we're all suffering for two very large egoed men with two very different ideas about how an organization should operate, and that's fine. But I still kept holding out hope that Miyagino guys would split off whole hog and we would have another very strong stable. So I'm a little frustrated to see Kusano not do that. Happy to see Hakuoho still standing strong or whatever. Obviously, I don't know that he would change Ishikona unless he got a Sanyaku or maybe even Ozeki rank, but I don't know. It ticked me off, but that's because I've been holding out hope that the two stables would still have a clean split, even without Hakuho.
This is why I don't pay attention to drama outside of sports. I don't.
Fair.
I don't care. It's like there's all like again, okay, a little different considering everything I said about the naming conventions, but that's just a matter of reality. It's like, let me put it like this. Every time I mention Ryuden, I don't mention the other stuff. I mentioned Tomokaze, and you absolutely had to bring up the beer bottle for some reason, and I wanted to just move past it.
Apologies.
I'm more in. I only really care about the sports and the results themselves, aside from what's going on backstage.
Yeah, all fair points. But so let's even
That being
pivot to the
said,
sports
gossip
side.
mags haven't been selling for at least 200 years now, so I understand I'm an outsider in this. All right, I am accidentally up to date on the ongoings of Karl Stefanovic simply because I shop at Woolworths. Now,
let's
something you want to
talk
say
about
about Shoda?
sports. Well, Shodai, no, I don't care. I mean, you're fine on Shodai. Like, whatever. I don't know. Shodai is who he is, and right now he's Mike Share 5, whatever.
Shoda
But
stinks.
I
He
do
stunk
actually.
for a while. He's one of the worst Ozekis I've ever seen. People watching from before I started watching are absolutely in love with him. They call him the Wall of Daikon, and I've just never really seen anything. People call him the Lord of Chaos. I absolutely hate that. You don't actually understand what chaos means. A former Ozeki Yari carrying someone who's on a 4-win streak is not chaos.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's yeah, it's fair. The more interesting thing was how bad he did in week 1, not the fact that he would run off 5 or 6 wins in week 2.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about the former Kusano Yoshino Fuji because
Mm-hmm.
I kind of I felt like he was leveling out. Now he got a huge bump up from M14 to M6, so maybe I'm wrong and he's going to now have adjusted, but like he only went 8 and 7 at M6, and the 8 and 7, like, I don't know, it wasn't that impressive to me. And I think that his losses were all the kind of guys I expected him to lose to, but are also the reason why I expect him to be like a low Joey Gene 4 or 5 kind of guy. Like he loses to Daisho, he loses to Churinaumi, he loses to Oho, Ura, Wakamoto Haru, Takanosho, and even Ichi Yamamoto. So I don't know. Am I too low on him, Goose?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Shota. It's Kusano.
Oh no, not Shodai.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Kusano Yoshinofuji.
We like Ron was saying, we just don't have enough data. He gets to have his first Sanyaku
Yeah.
matches this Basho if he does well. We're gonna learn together.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
At M4, Oshoma slowly crawling his way back.
I don't know. I don't
He's
like
decent.
watching Oshoma sumo. Pulling sumo. Pulling sumo.
He's decent.
He's
That's about
fine.
it.
It's true. He could. Yeah, I will not be surprised if he wins 9 from here. I would be surprised if he won 10. So I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, I can see a Kachikoshi pretty comfortably from Oshoma here.
Yep.
Tamawashi. Yay. He's still
Yay.
around. Yay. We like Tamawashi.
He was M4 in July and had 11 wins. Who knows with Tamawashi? It's the exact opposite about what Ron was correctly saying. We have so much data on Tamawashi that I'm like, I don't know, man. He could win 3. He could win 12. I don't know.
You know, Tamawashi is a good example of sumo short-sightedness that I like to talk about a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his infamous 2-13, the worst basho of his life, when he was like 7 losses in a row. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, is it over for him? Is this the end of Tamawashi?" This is why I say it was one bad one, or it was one good one sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
That was halfway through 2023. He went 11-4 since then. Like,
Yeah.
one basho isn't enough data to go off of, alright? So yeah, Tamawashi, 40 years old, ancient, we love him. Absolute miracle that he's on the clay right now. Happy to see him anywhere on the banzuke, as long as it's the banzuke.
He will turn 41 in the middle of this tournament. It'll be great.
At M3, it's Ura. What could be said about Ura that hasn't already been said? He is the gift from outer space. He is an absolute confusion wearing bright pink. He did rock solid standard sumo for a whole basho and got 10 wins for once. That was weird. How do you feel about Ura?
Yep. I don't think he's going to do that again.
Nope.
Yep. At M3, I think Amake Koshi, but not because I don't love the man. Just he can't resist the devil's whispers to be like, hey, Ipanzoi, Ipanzoi.
Just do it, man. It would be so cool. Hirodomi at M3 makes a lot of sense to me.
Yep.
Me too. He's really good. He's capable of beating some top dogs. He's kind of spinning the wheels a little bit, but he's on that slow climb back into the Sanyaku. He's capable of beating a lot of the people above him, and I'm looking forward to watching his matches at any time. Yourself?
Yeah. Same. No, I couldn't agree more on every front. Like, on the one hand, I guess back-to-back Kachikoshis is underwhelming, but like 8-7 from M5 followed by 8-7 from M4. He's just proving that he does deserve to be here. And any match, even against the guys of this caliber up here, can be a coin flip for him. It's always a question of, can he turn enough of those coin flips his way to make his way back to the Sekiwake rank he was denied?
Oh, for sure. At M2. This was upsetting Clayton a little bit, actually, but Wakamoto Haru at M2. I feel like he belongs here. I feel like he's too inconsistent to hold the Sanyaku, but he is capable of earning Sanyaku. I'm pretty comfortable with an M2 Wakamoto Haru. Yourself?
I think that's fine. When I was looking at the numbers, so I hinted at it earlier, but Wakamoto Haru is the guy who I thought they were going to put at Komusubi instead of Takayasu, even though it would have been an over promotion from M4. I just thought former Sekiwake, they'll probably put him there. But I agree with you. The performances he's had this year, his 2025, and again, he's 32 now, something like that. Like, I'm not... It's not a big deal. This is what happens. He's getting older and he fights a very physical style of sumo. So not so many of those things are going to go his way. He's not going to be able to pull so many of them out at the end. He can still fight like a Sekiwake from M2, but this is probably about where he is.
Yeah, I'm looking for a good forward. Looking for a good forward Basho himself. I only speak one language, dude. Looking forward to a good Basho from Wakamoto Haru. I think he belongs between Sekiwake and M4. Anytime he's in those
Yep.
ranks, I'm expecting whatever I expect from him. Kirishima, on the other hand, is the dream over?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Ron who said it like in the tournament when Kirishima was losing Ozeki. I think I was in the chat or something on your stream, and I think it was Ron who said, I was like, does he ever recapture Ozeki? And he's like, I don't think so. And I was just like, well, that's wrong. This can't possibly be it. And nope, he was right. I You get older, I guess. He's not that old though. He's like 29. But
Change stables, change coaches and training partners because of that.
yep.
What, born in '96, he's 29, so or
Yeah.
30.
He,
Just
he broke He just broke my heart in July is the problem. I can never trust him again after he was 7-1 and then lost what was it, 7 matches?
unlucky.
6 matches. He still Kachikoshi'd, but I thought he was gonna win a Yusho, and then he fell apart.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but with how tough the competition looks, it's it's not likely.
Yeah.
Speaking of
He
not
he will
likely,
he will
sorry.
huh?
I jumped the
No,
gun on
he
my
will
own joke, by the way.
Kirishima.
We're going to M1, not Komusubi. That's what I was lining up. At M1, it's
Oh,
Waka
sorry.
Taka Kage.
Oh.
It happens. He's a Sekiwake, but you don't get Kataban with Sekiwake, so you will drop out.
Yep.
I
Yep.
expect a Kachikoshi for him. This dude's a demon. He's incredible. I
Yep.
love watching him. He's my favorite wrestler.
Easy Kachikoshi, in my opinion. I
Never
don't think he's
easy.
the kind of guy. Not
Never
easy. Well,
easy
the
up
the
here.
competition stuff. Don't you think the guys below him? Ah, but the guys above. I don't know. I shouldn't say easy. That is rude to everyone around him. But I really rate Wakataka Kage. And if I actually look at the likes of Hiradoumi, Ura, Oshoma, even Tamawashi, Yoshino Fuji, Shodai, I think Wakataka Kage should beat every one of those guys, which gets him so close to Kachikoshi. That's why I say easy. I just think he's better than them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. He's better than a lot of the people around him. And with at least one interstable match that he won't have to fight, could make his life a little bit
Hmm?
easier. At M1 career high, Hakuoho. We've been waiting for this for a long time, since I think January 2023, maybe March.
Yeah.
We expected this guy to be a rocket ship. Turns out he had a very standard, regular career like everyone else. When he was sitting there 11-4, ready for a Yusho over Hoshoryu on his debut, Makauchi, that was a big deal. And now he's just on a slow climb. That being said, he is 2-0 over Onosato. I think we see a Kachikoshi, and I think we see the debut of Sanyaku Hakuoho.
Let's go. I think so too. Especially like this year has been great. So Nick and I, my co-host, did a thing at the beginning of the year, just saying things to be wrong because we're having fun, but like basically picking young guns, guys under the age of, I think we said it at 23, who we thought would be the next Ozeki, and neither of us picked him because we were like, I just want him to work back into his new body. He had some surgery, and so it takes some time to get back to 100%. And he just like it's been nonstop Kachikoshis all year. Like you said, the slow rise, but at every step of the way, he's proving that he uh, is able to compete with the top. And last Basho, even though it was 8-7, man, did his sumo look good.
He looked real solid, and he didn't look like he was losing matches. He looked like he was getting beat, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right. No one was dominating him, but he was losing the matches.
At Konosubi, it's Takayasu again. 4 Konosubis in the year, 2 negative records. How does it happen? We just don't know. We love
We did,
Takayasu. He's old and broken, but we're still incredibly happy. I think he's got another Kachikoshi out of him because he's coming off of a bad one. He's corrected the changes, corrected the mistakes, and is ready to look pretty fierce. How about you?
yeah. He should Kachikoshi. He shouldn't be scared of anyone. What I'm worried about is I expect a slow start this Basho because the reports I saw are that he slipped a disc again on the plane ride back from England because you're stationary so long, and that's the one thing you're not supposed to do with these lower back injuries.
Okay.
However, that's nothing new for him. I just worry that days 1 through 5, he might be working his way back into shape. But we have watched Takayasu work his way back into shape and get 10 wins so many times.
Ozeki comeback would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
It'd be hilarious.
Takanosho Komusubi. Takanosho is a John Yusho threat on a good day, and it's looking like a good day. He's got his toughest schedule in a while, though, on his return to Komusubi, but I believe in, who is it, Tokyo Yama's brightest boy, Takanosho. I think he's going to do quite well. I could see 10 wins.
I think so too. Yeah, me too. I think yeah, I don't expect a Junyu show from him up here for exactly the reasons you said. Not that the cool thing is he's not scared of any of these guys. He's got plenty of matches against all these top rankers up here. It's just that he hasn't been fighting them day after day for a while. So I could see a couple slip ups where, because that'll happen to him, where he'll get a guy to the bales and he should have a win, and they'll throw a desperation twist out there, and then he somehow drops to a knee, and you even see it on his face afterwards. He's like, how did that happen? But he's good.
The most bizarre looking Sekiwake I've seen in my time covering this sport. Oho and Aonishiki. What do you mean Takayasu, Wakatakakage, Wakamoto Haru, Kirishima? Like, what do you mean all those guys have fallen off and can't hold on to the spot? What do you... what do you mean it's Oho again? He may never make Komusubi.
He's never gonna make out. It's hilarious. He's not. It's all the skipping steps. That would be another little trivia question for you, right up there with your Roga Terunofuji one. The thing
Oho,
about
grandson of
yeah.
Taiho, the Yokozuna, legacy talent, and pretty solid wrestler himself, but his absolute bonkers performances that he will pull out, like good and bad, is just I'm convinced there's two Ohos. And if the Sekiwaki Oho shows up and not the M12 Oho, we're in for a good time.
Yep.
Aonishiki on the
Couldn't
other
agree
hand,
more. Freak.
Here's to another 11-4.
Yeah.
He's doing
It has to
Ozeki
be.
shit in the Ozeki ranks, man.
Yep. Where do you put him? Because, and I don't mean to jump the gun or anything, but like, can Aonishiki, well, not can he, like, where do you put his chances of actually getting this U show? Because we all think
Low.
he's doing Ozeki things. Say again?
Low. Onosato's too much better than him, and Onosato's the guy you have to beat to Yusho right now.
So do we see, because Aonishiki is undeniably doing Ozeki things, but technically one of the soft criteria for Ozeki, you need to either win a Yusho or a Yusho equivalent, which is usually a playoff loss, preferably to an Ozeki or Yokozuna. Do you see him forcing a final day playoff? Can he get that done?
To wind that back a little bit,
Okay.
Taiho is a Ozeki that wasn't Ozeki for 10 years and only got 5 Yushos. Because Asashoryu, Haku Oho, Makaku, Haramufuji, like the best to ever do it. Some guys that sit in the top 10 just kind of showed up while he was Ozeki. Taiho was still an absolute. Kaiho was still an absolute threat every basho. I can see Aonishiki falling into that because he's a ridiculous. But Hosharyu's about to figure him out. Maybe this basho, and Onosato just hasn't beat every single time. Like Aonishiki is elite, He's just not Yusho elite. He will sneak some in from time to time.
Yeah. Fair.
And that's not a bad thing, man. Being a
No.
career-long Ozeki is ridiculous.
Yep. The likes of Takakeisho, Goeido, like, yeah, it's not, you still go down in the history books.
Mm-hmm. Kodazaka at Ozeki.
We finally had the real Kotozakura back last Basho, and then he got hurt, and we lost him for the last 3 days. Just devastating. I hated to see it.
The Brigadoon of Ozeki, apparently. Jesus Christ. If he can show up, we're in for a good time. If not, we're in for a bad time. I wish you a very merry 8 and 7, depending on your injury status.
Yep. That's what there is to it.
Aonishiki going 12 and 3 this Basho is a pretty interesting pick by Ron. I'm putting my logic aside and just assuming he goes 11-4 his entire career. Except for one random Zensho Yusho.
I love it. This would be perfect.
Dakota Sakura just one of these unfortunate states where it's like, we don't know enough. Is he hurt? Is he good? Yeah. Is he even competing this Basho? We don't know. Yeah. Either way. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Yokozunas. I want to clarify. Spiffy said something earlier. He said it's 30% Onosato Yusho, 30% Hoshoryu Yusho, 30% the field. Do you agree with that? Because I don't.
Well, we're missing 10%.
It's 45-45 if you ask me. And then 10% the Sanyaku, not the field.
Yeah. Well, hold on. No, I would put the field in there because of Abi and Daisho being way
fair
down there.
Point.
Yeah.
Hang on, no, not a fair point. It's not. It could be those two former Sekiwakes instead of the field.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but they're not Sanyaku right now.
Either way, call a Yusho right now. Who gets it?
I think Onosato, because until I rate Hoshoryu so highly, but I'm almost like I've been browbeaten into I'm an idiot anytime I don't pick Onosato. He's a physical freak. He's so big, so overpowering. The match to end last Basho, the Yusho deciding match, just proved to me how good Hoshoryu is, and Onosato still got it. And so I'm not saying Hoshoryu, I agree with you. Hoshoryu has an equal chance of winning this Yusho because Onosato can have some brain farts where he takes an L and I'm like, why'd you do that? Or Oho apparently yeah. But until proven otherwise, I just have to keep taking Onosato. How about you?
I think Onosato is going to relax a little bit, as he's been known to in the past. He normally does well and then falls apart a little bit, but not doesn't fall apart, but normally eases up, as we've seen him do. He will go like 12-3 Yusho, 10-5, things like that, and Hoshoryu is motivated. And if he can just get a hold of those few ones that slip away, I think it's a Yusho for him.
I was shocked that last Basho wasn't Hoshoryu's Yusho. He looked so good.
It came
just a
down
couple
2
late
inches.
slip-ups.
It was
right there.
He had to win 2 in one night, and my God, he almost did. All right.
It's good at sumo.
So I've got Hosh for the Yusho. You've got Onosato for the Yusho. Or Abi and Daisho.
Yeah, if you give me the Abi Daisho, like, listen, if I was actually gambling, that's who I'm buying a ticket on. That's where the payout is.
It's gonna be boring if Onosato wins every Basho. Yes, but be patient. It's gonna make it so exciting when someone beats him for a Yusho, if that's the case. You need to look past these things sometimes. Either way, that's gonna be it from us. Les. Oh wait, I have the outro thing, don't I? Let's check that on.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the outro. That's gonna be it from us, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as I can find this video. Jesus Christ. Alright. Take care, all. Oh, that looks terrible. Yeah, I don't... Hello. How do I switch